Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome. Just adjusting things. Obviously, I'm in a new environment once again tonight. Just got to straighten this out. Okay, let's go with that. I think that's pretty good, actually. Let's go with that. Okay, let's do that. Hey, everyone. I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Connect Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. And this is my Canucks take on one take. It's Clay's Canucks Commentary, a live stream, my weekly live stream back on Sunday night, finally for the first time in a long time, because I'm doing post-game live streams, and then last week I had to do Monday because of the long weekend, but now I'm back here on Sunday. So I'm just getting used to the new setup. I'm in my office tonight. You can see the reflection in my big IKEA Pax wardrobe there. So that's my office, and you can see basically what I'm looking at, if that makes sense. I'm not thrilled with the way that my computer light is shining purple laser beams into my eyes. Well, it just looks like it. That's fine. Then I got my ring light here, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. And it might sound a little echoey, but hopefully it sounds okay enough, and that you can still at least understand what I'm saying, and that I can still read what you're saying because I have my computer right in front of me, right below the screen here. So welcome, 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 welcome. I hope you had a really good week. And right away, I know that you could be doing anything else right now. I know that you could be getting ready for school, breathing in some really bad air outside. You could be getting ready to work, whatever you may be doing. But yeah, I appreciate that you're being here. And like I always say, if you're in my neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, across the continent, or around the world, I do appreciate you. I do not take you for granted. And yeah, and I know you could be doing anything else. So thank you for being here. As always, I invite you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed already, and like this channel, like this video if you haven't liked it already. We're at 8 already, which is nice. And don't worry, Adrian, I will notice you, but I do go in order. You might be new here, but I do read everything in order. So I'll get to you properly in a second. And I'll get to all your comments today because there aren't a lot of people on yet, which is fine. And it's not as crazy as it was after the Canucks post game. Yeah, so I actually like it in here because I'm not taking up the entire TV room. Then Sean and Jake can watch TV or play video games or whatever. I do recognize it's a little bit echoey, but I actually like the look of this. Actually, it's crisp. So I hope that's okay. I hope you understand. But if it's too echoey and you simply can't understand me, let me know. Truly let me know. But if it's okay and you can manage and you don't mind it, let me know that as well, because I do want your feedback. Because if it is too echoey, the next time I'll go back to where I usually am, although I kind of feel bad because I hog the whole kitchen and family room, so to speak. But let me know. I'm always open to your feedback. Today I was on another YouTube channel. It's Justin Hands Down Hockey out from the Maritimes, and he's doing a wonderful series on hockey YouTubers. And he's done some really, really good ones already. And then my turn was today, and I answered 10 questions about what it means, what I enjoy about doing YouTube, especially about the Canucks. What my motivation is, what my favorite videos are, what's challenging, and how I got started and everything. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check out his channel. He's got 13,000 subscribers, 2.5 times more as me. That's Hands Down Hockey. His name is Justin. He's out in the Maritimes, and I appeared on his channel today. At the end of tonight's vlog, I'll be announcing my next 2 Zoom chats. I already did one of them earlier today, so it'll be released first thing tomorrow morning, which I'm excited about. And the other one I'm recording tomorrow to be released on Wednesday. But I'll save that until the very end. And if you can't save the very end, that's fine. You will find out tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Okay, so that's about it. Basically, I want to keep my intro to 5 minutes or less. So there we go. Oh, and one other thing. Sean and Jake, as you know, I've talked about, they do a lot of video editing. They have a pro shop, a bowling pro shop that they do all the videos for. JR Pro Shop Viz, if you want to check them out. We actually talked about in the true off season doing some more of those, either top 5 lists or what if analysis, basically videos where we can intersperse highlights and videos and transitions and overlays and titles and jump cuts. So something I'm thinking about. Something I think about, just something different. Maybe I don't want to take away from my Canucks take all in one take, and that's kind of like the bread and butter of my channel. But I'm thinking of doing some more kind of produced videos, get my boys to help me. And maybe if I only do once a week, probably build the subscriber base a little bit faster and maybe give a bit more variety on the channel. But we shall see. Okay, that's good. 5 minutes is up. Let's get to your comments now. HSM Fangirl, hi Clay. Apparently the NHL was targeting December 1st for a start to the next season with Hub Cities. Didn't work out though. I still think it'll be Hub Cities though. Thoughts? Yeah, we're starting to see the NFL play in their stadiums, of course, with 25% capacity or whatever it is. So I think the Canucks will the Canucks. I think the teams, the NHL, will want to play in front of fans. It's the easiest way to make money and to generate revenue. So they may even push the season to the start of January 1st to see it gives them a better chance to be playing in front of fans. That's my gut feeling. Slapshot. Hey Clay. Hello Slapshot. Oh, I got diagnosed with a broken foot today for being an idiot. Anyways, I got to go to bed for school tomorrow. Well, Slapshot, thanks for leaving that. I'm not sure if you're still on here, but I feel bad about the broken foot, and I hope that you get better very quickly. And I broke my foot on my trampoline. Dang, I have a trampoline in the back as well, but thankfully I haven't broken my foot. But I guess you got to actually jump to break your foot. Adrian, hi. Hello, Adrian. Nice to see you. Slapshot, but it was on Friday, so I'm wearing a boot with crutches, so I'm good. You're tough. Alfred, hey Clay, I hope you and your family and everyone else are doing well, of course. Boy, we just can't get a break from fires and smoke. New Westminster's W Pier is suffering right now. Oh, I did not know that about New West, but yes, it's pretty rough go in the lower mainland for sure. It's too bad because, just a really, really tough year with everything that's been going on for sure. Every time I look up and I look at my screen, I see the background of, it's kind of cool. We got these kind of, whatever you call it, storage places. Yeah, it's I don't know if you can tell. Actually, I'll just show you. No, you can tell. It's white. This room's kind of white and gray. It's got a white and gray look, and I really like studying here. I just wish that it wasn't so echoey, but I'm not going to start putting egg cartons up on the sidewall. My wife would kill me. But I know it's echoey, but maybe it's just something we got to get used to. Okay, enough about the look. I know a couple of others, a couple of you commented on it down below, so I appreciate that. Alfred, by the way, my family and I are doing well. Good. You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm glad you're doing well, Alfred. Pekka says hi. Hello, Pekka. Sunny. Hey, Clay, do you think Hughes will be effective or even better if he plays forward? I thought about that a little bit when Hughes first started. I think he could be I think he'd be effective as a forward. He'd be more apt to taking bigger hits though, right? From defensemen and getting pummeled in front of the net. So that's one thing I do worry about given that his lack of size, but there's no question his skating and his hand-eye coordination, his hockey sense would make him a good forward. I just think he'd be more effective as a defenseman from a standpoint of not a lot of people can walk the line, his edge work and breaking out of the zone and breaking into the zone. Not a lot of players can do that around the league, and you have more opportunity to do things like that as a defenseman as opposed to a forward. But I have no doubt that he could play forward as well. HSM Fangirl, why aren't we seeing the players' families in the stands yet? They thought in the bubble already. Yeah, they could be in the bubble, but they might not necessarily be in the stands. Maybe they're watching from boxes or whatever. I don't think you'll see them in the stands technically. You might mean in the boxes as well. But I think it's more for the companionship when the players aren't playing and just the company outside of the arena. Alfred, if we start next season in December, do you think the league should push for the 82-game regular season or abbreviate its length? What are your thoughts? I think if they ever want to get back to their regular October to April regular season, they're going to have at least one more shortened season. So maybe even if it's just by 10 or 12 games, if it's 70 or 72 games, that'll make a difference. That'll shave off an entire month. So I think yes, we'll see one more abbreviated season so they can try and get back on track. Great question, Alfred. Rios, hi Rios, hope you're well. Alfred, who would you pick for the Canucks franchise goaltender for the future, Markstrom or Demko, and why? Oh, you said near future. I see value to having both, but I think Demko is the one. And I keep saying, that doesn't mean you get rid of Markstrom, but I keep saying that I have on first-hand authority that someone from the Canucks said that they have Luongo-type hopes for Demko, and I still believe that. By the way, is that reflection? Maybe you can tell I have a very bad attention span. Is that reflection in the background distracting to you, or do you think it's fine, it's nice, and it's part of the room? I actually tried before I came on, I tried turning off the light, but then it looks too scary. It's just all black and then just my big shiny face, and and that's probably not good. Okay, and then some of you are saying, no, it's fine. Me too. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. Costas, hi Clay. Myers for a third to Winnipeg. Erickson and Vertan, Ulevi to Ottawa. Sutter to Buffalo for a seventh. Berchi to Florida for a seventh. Yeah, Costas, all those sound fine, but not really talking about what's coming back. But I do like your thinking. Sign Gustafson, yeah, the defenseman. I thought about that too. Eric Holla, yeah, Nemestikov and Clifford. Re-sign Tana Toffoli, Montlevo. Wow, Costas, you've given this a lot of thought, and I'm impressed. That's pretty good. I'm not smart enough to figure out what that means overall, but it looks like you haven't touched any of our top six, and you still have Hughes and Edler. Okay, that sounds good. I'm not sure if you can get that done, but that sounds interesting. Adrian, hi. Dexter, it's echoing, but it's okay. I can still hear you loud and clear. Thank you, Dexter. Adrian, hey, Clay, please notice me. I noticed you, Adrian. Costas, Levo, Pedersen, Besser, Pearson, Miller, Toffoli, Holla, Horvat, Nemestikov, Mott, Beagle, Clifford, Hughes, Tanev, Edler, Gustafson, Rathbone, DeMello. Oh, there's DeMello, yeah. Demko and Talbot. That looks fine on paper. That's huge. That's no Beagle. That's no Sutter. That's no Roussel. But have you added up all that money cost us, and if they can make it fit under $81.5 million? If so, that's cool. Adrian, I have school. What school you at, Adrian? Edmund, hey Clay, when we can expect your new Zoom interview? Tomorrow morning at 9, and I'll announce who that is at the end of this chat. Costas, also trade Gaudette for a pick in this year's draft. Stetcher Ben for a seventh to a contender, Roussel to Dallas for a pick. Oh, Costas, you're going to be the next GM, man. No. Hey, Clay, sorry I can't say tonight. I have to go to bed because I have school in the morning. Yes, that is a challenge of Sunday night at 10. But thanks, Nahal, for being here for as long as you were. Adrian, I just like the stream. I think you mean the stream. Thank you, Adrian. Justin, hi, Clay. Hello, Justin. Rob, audio sounds good to me. Well, thank you, Rob. Costas, and that team is a contender in my opinion. Yeah, I do like a lot of the players that you have on there for sure, including DeMello and some others that you have. Nahal, I think Tampa win the cup. Yeah, they were my pick from the East for sure, and they look very strong. Nahal, I'm so excited for next season. It's going to be great. I do agree with you. I share that optimism. Oh, Dexter, Clay, I'm the only boy in my learning group for this year. Unless a boy didn't show up for the intro day on Thursday, I'll be the only boy. Well, Dexter, that would some people would really like that opportunity, and maybe that's you as well. By the way, there are 41 of you on here, which is great. Thank you. But there's only 13 likes on here. So if we want to get that closer to the number that of people watching, that is great. I will not disapprove of that for sure. Adrian says, no, the Islanders will win the cup. Fair, but they're going to have some work to do for sure. Sunny, hey Clay, will Benning be here when the Canucks win a cup? Well, it depends how optimistic you are. If we think the Canucks can win a cup in 4 or 5 years, I do think Benning will be here. I really do. As long as the Canucks are continuing to improve, I think Benning will be here. But then you're looking at 10 or 11 years. So now that I say that seems like a long time. Tough to say. Sunny, love your new background, by the way. It looks nice. Thank you, Sunny. I appreciate it. I do like the look of it as well. I just wish the audio was a bit better. Adrian, I'm staying up all night tonight. Oh, why are you doing that? Costas, oh, my team is under the cap. That's very impressive, Costas. That's very impressive. Justin, the pure is supposedly comprised of railway ties, which are coated in a highly flammable substance. The fire is spreading very rapidly, and crews from Surrey and Delta are on the scene to help too. That is scary. Thank you for that, Justin. I'm talking about the new Westminster, I guess. That's scary. Sunny, would you trade McDavid for Pedersen and Besser? And do you think Edmonton would do that? No, I don't think Edmonton would do that. And for that very reason, I would do that. If you can get the best, as much as I love Pedersen and Besser, if you can get the best player in the NHL, and he'll likely be there for the next 10 or 12 years still, you have to do it. That's why I think I would do it. As much as, like I said, I love Pedersen and Besser, but I don't think Edmonton would do it. Edmund, do you think Benning will win GM of the year? He's really improving the prospects we have, and I like the direction of the Canucks. Are you surprised Vegas being down 3-1? I think Benning can finish in the top 3 for GM of the year. He finished 6th this year, which is a nice surprise. But I think the Canucks got to advance a little more and got to work out of their bottom 6 contracts for him to win. Am I surprised Vegas being down 3-1? Yes and no. I think they're a really good team. I actually thought they were better than Dallas on paper, but I also think that, I don't know. I think the Vancouver-Vegas series, as much as Vegas made it hard on the Canucks, I think the Canucks made it hard on Vegas as well. And maybe they're running out of gas a little bit too. And is that to say that Colorado wasn't as tough on Dallas? It's so hard to say. But yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that they're down 3-1. Edmund, do you think Benning will win? No, I just asked. I read that. Will, if we don't sign Markey, could you see the Canucks picking up someone like Aaron Dell, who's the cheapest UFA for backup? Yeah, I think they'd actually go for a bit better player than that, Will, but that's a great point. Edmund, I can also see if fans are back in arenas, masks will be required. I agree. I'm just guessing. I assume NFL and even AEW showing how events can be held with fans. Yep, I agree. Nux, hey Clay. Hello, Nux. Dexter, will the Seattle Seahawks be able to play at home? The smoke might cause Seattle not to be play at home. Same with Washington. I know Seattle was in Atlanta. Don't know about Washington. Well, don't forget, Dexter, that Washington isn't Washington State. It's Washington back east. So, but the Seattle one is a really good point, and we'll see. We'll see if they end up playing at home. That's a really good point, actually. Nuts, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. Yes, I'm sure you're not alone. Rob, did the Canucks replace Judd Brackett, the director of scouting? No, they didn't. They're going to do it by committee, but they did not replace his actual position. Rios, okay, you guys talking about school. That's fine. That's fine. That's awesome, but I don't have to read it out loud. You're talking about school. That's good. Rios, Clay, what age did you get your driver's license? I got it. Remember, I'm old. I'm 46 now, so I got it 30 years ago. And back in the day, it was just learners and then real license a year later. There wasn't this L and N business. So I got my driver's license, my learner's license on my birthday when I turned 16 years old. And then I got my real license exactly 1 month after that. So basically at 16 years and 1 month, I had my full-fledged license. Dexter says 60 games, 2 games against each team. Thoughts? I think they would lean it more towards playing in your own division, or maybe I've even heard of like making like 4 new divisions just for next year, like including a Canadian division, so you don't have to cross the border. I think that's getting ahead of ourselves. But no, I think it'd be nice to play everyone twice, right? Home and away. But I think they'll still want to do an imbalance towards your division. That's the whole point of the divisions. Adrian, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. Yeah. No, it's fine. Me too. Al Lynn, not all in. Al says, bro, I guess that's me. Do you think we need Trump K, I think that's Trampkin, to rejoin us to improve our defense? No. I do not think... I don't like Trampkin. It's not like I don't like him, but I think he's overrated. I don't think we need him. Let's put it that way. So no. Dexter says it's fine. Talking about the sound. Me too. Thank you. 21 Airball says I can't hear the stream. Martin, I don't know if you're messing with me or if you actually can't hear, but it sounds like everyone else can. Unless everyone's just messing with me and just pretending to read my lips. Alfred says it's fine, Clay. Thank you, Alfred. Rob says it's okay. Sunny, no, the reflection on the background isn't distracting and honestly looks nice. Why, thank you. Dexter says Clay ADHD. Yeah, I thought you were talking about, I'm in high def, but no, you're talking about my attention deficit disorder. Yes, I do have a poor attention span for sure. Rio says it's good, thank you. Nahal, do you guys think school is unsafe? It's hard to social disturbance. Nahal, I think you meant it's hard to social distance, not social disturbance. But yes, I think that it could be pretty tough. I can imagine. Distance, my school is so unsafe. Nux, what school you at? Are you allowed to say 21 airball? Can anyone hear the stream? Everyone else is saying yes. So, no, Martin, you might need to check your settings, man. Edmund, do you think management will be able to trade one of the bottom 6 contracts? Erickson, Berchi, Roussel, Beagle. I think maybe Roussel is more realistic, even Sutter too. Yeah, I think Sutter improved his value a little bit, especially with the first postseason series against Minnesota. And I think Roussel is manageable. And a lot of these guys, and we've read that their cap hit is higher than their actual money owed because a lot of these contracts were front loaded. So yeah, I do think that we'll be able to move 1 or 2. And my guest today, who I'll talk about in about half an hour, also said that they should be able to move out from some of those contracts. Nuts, we don't even social distance. We sit so close to each other, it's not safe. Yeah, that's because though, if it's considered your primary learning bubble or learning cohort, you're technically not, you don't have to be physically distant to those people. It seems kind of crazy, right? Nordic 97. Hey, Clay. Hello, Nordic. How are you? Congrats on, once again, Nordic 97 just passed 400 subscribers. I think he's at 420 now. So if you want to check out some great, another good YouTuber, I'm not saying that I'm good, but I'm saying I'm good. Make sure you check out Nordic 97. Sunny, what is the ceiling for Besser for points? I don't think he's a point per game. I think he's like a 65, 70 point guy as a ceiling, which is still pretty good. I will take that for sure. Dexter, Beagle is there, Clay. Beagle is where? Beagle is there. Dexter, I can't remember what I was talking about because I am about 10 minutes behind, but yes, Beagle. Oh, when I was reading out Costas' lineup. Thank you. Rios, okay, talking about school, that's fine. Alfred, I may have asked this in prior streams, but do you think Benning will make deals to recoup the draft picks we gave up for JT Miller and Tyler Toffoli? He has said as much, but it's hard to get a first rounder back. And I'm not sure if we have anyone that we want to give up that is worth a first rounder, but he might look to recoup a second rounder or maybe another second or third or fourth, because every draft pick counts. You want to add depth, and then you can package a couple of those for a first, whatever. But yes, I do think he will try, and try and recoup draft picks, given his history, especially the last 3 years. You have Pedersen, Hughes, and Podkolzin coming out of the first round, Hoglander coming out of the second round. I think they'll want at least one pick in the first 2 rounds this year. Good question though, Alfred. Crazy Cool. Hey, Clay. Hello, Crazy Cool. 21. I'd rather keep it online. Plus the air quality is bad. Talking about school. Yes, Dexter. Not a challenge for me. I'll be on for how long the stream goes, even if I have to school the next day. No problem, but I am going to cut it off by 11 tonight. I want to keep it to within an hour. Crazy Cool asks, how old are your kids? My son, Sean, turned 19. So he's second year at UBC. My second son, Jacob, is turning 17 this Wednesday. So his birthday's in 3 days. And he's in grade 12. And my daughter, Kayla, is turning 13, not till December. And she's in grade 8. So I got a second year, a grade 12, and a grade 8. Costas, what do you think of PD, Millsy, and Bo down the middle as our top 3 centers? I think it would give us a lot of depth. Yes, it would. But I think there's not enough minutes to go around with those guys. I'd rather have Miller play on the wing and play 21, 22 minutes as opposed to trying to split 60 minutes between those 3 guys and a 4th center as well, of course. Yes, it's good depth, but I want Miller on the wing. Rios, I'll sleep at 3. I still wake up at 7:30. That's crazy. I used to do that actually, 4.5. I could have got by in 3.5, 4 hours of sleep, but that was when I was young and powerful. Now I'm just old and breaking down. Nux, Clay, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. Can you cheer me up? Well, I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm going to keep my clothes on, Nux, but the fact that you're here, not that would cheer you up, the fact that you're here, I think hopefully that will help a little bit. Reaction Club, got late for the stream, no problem. I was watching that 70s show. Well, that was probably more entertaining than this. But thanks for coming, Reaction. Thanks for all the comments on the videos too. Crazy Cool, what is your Sean birthday? Do you mean what is Sean's birthday? It was August 2, my eldest. Costas, armchair GM took me 3 hours today, my team. Well, Costas, that takes time. That takes effort. 3 hours, that's a considerable chunk of time. So good on you for doing that. Nux says, I have to wake up at 7:30. My school starts at 9. You guys are a joke. I go to high school in Kapuskasing? Where is that, Adrian? Tell me where that is. My geography isn't that good. Obviously, I couldn't even pronounce that city. So let me know where that is. Very cool. Crazy cool. Jacob, what month birthday? He's in 3 days from now, so September. Jeremy, Clay, do you think Gaudette will become the next Kessler? McGuire said he would. Kuzma too once. No, I think he can be good, but I don't think he's going to be Ryan Kessler. I just don't see that defensive tenacity in Gaudette. But I think he can be the next Adam Gaudette, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't compare him to Kessler. Remember how good Kessler was in the 2011 playoffs, for those of you old enough to remember that. Costas, I heard Canucks will look to rebuild whole defense. Don't be surprised if Myers is traded too. Okay, I haven't heard that before. That's interesting. Nux, mine too. I don't know what blended time means. You just stay home. So I don't have to get up and go to school. Blended time, kid. Farwood says, yo, Clay, Lou Lamoriello already won GM of the year. This year, guys, so Benning can't win. No, Farman, I'm sure they're talking about in future, not this year, but thank you. Costas, which top right-handed defenseman would you target for the next? I looked it up. TJ Brody can play on the right, although he's a lefty, but he's more comfortable on the right side. Travis Hamonic plays on the right, another Flames guy. Tyson Berry plays on the right. I think Sammy Vatanen plays on the right, although he's injury prone. So there's a lot of guys that can play on the right. Tyson Barrie kind of intrigues me from an offensive standpoint, but a lot of people say he's not good at defense, but maybe it was the system he was in Toronto. I like Vatanen, but he is injury prone. But all these guys, they're also $4 to $5 million as well. So it's the same money we would have been given Tanev, right? So you just got to decide if you want to move on from Tanev. Dexter, I thought it was the state. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Blended time. How should I prepare? Dexter, how should I prepare to get my license? Any tips? Practice, 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 and pay for lessons. I practiced with my boys, but then we actually paid for professional lessons. Talking about school, that's fine. Sebastian, hi Clay, is the earth round or flat? Got to go with round. How many points does Pettersson get next year? Presuming a full 82 game season, I think he gets 85 points. I think he's going to be a point per game. Rios, I better start getting my license. Been a month and a half. No rush, no rush. Crazy cool Seattle team. Rios says he's 16. Costas, we could also do this. Miller, Patterson, Besser, Pearson, Horvat, Toffoli, Domestikov, Hall, Levo, Mott, Beagle, Clifford, Hughes, Tanev, Ether, Gusten, Rathbone, DeMello, Demko. Okay, that fits. That's awesome. Crazy. What is Seattle play? Not sure what that means. If you're talking about when, it'll be a year from now. Dexter, I have a poor attention span too. I struggle at school a lot because of my attention span. That's fair. A lot of us have that. I meant distance. No problem, Nahal. Adrian, who do you think that the Canucks will trade? They may trade a guy like Jake Virtanen. I would not be surprised. Or Troy Stetcher. I would not be surprised if they trade some of these RFAs to get some assets back. But we'll see. I'm not convinced that's going to happen, but I think those two guys are possibilities. Maybe a Roussel, maybe a Jordy Ben, who aren't that expensive and could be serviceable on other teams. You get rid of Ben, then you can have Rathbone, Ulevi, or Rafferty step in as well. Reaction. Clay said airball to check his settings. Clay, airball, can't hear you. Oh, that's a good point, Reaction. He probably didn't hear me if I said that, so I would have to use sign language or something. Great point. Nahal, I can't fall asleep, so I'm going to stay in the stream. Well, Nahal, if you're suggesting that I'm going to help you fall asleep, I'm happy that I can do that for you. Henrik, has Pettersson overtaken Horvat as the biggest star? Yes, he has. Sorry, has Pettersson overtaken Horvat as the biggest star? Yes, he has indeed. He did already in the year he was here, his rookie year, and I think Horvat is absolutely fine with that. Dexter, everyone can hear the stream. You might want to check your settings. Clay, he can't hear you. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Not trade. I live in Surrey. Well, thank you, Sonny, for giving your address. You live in Surrey, no problem. Will, what happened to Jonathan Dahlin? We traded him. It didn't work out, so we traded him for another Swedish guy who probably will never make the team, unfortunately. And I'm not sure what happened to Dahlin after we traded him. Farman, every year Benning says he can move out of contract, but then he never does. So frustrating, man. I think he will this summer. I really do, because he can't afford not to. Hi, Clay. Clay, hello, crazy. TJ, do you think a PD Horvat Besser line is possible? Yeah, I could see that, but I don't see why, though, when you're pretty solid 1-2 with PD and Horvat down the middle. Farman, I'd say trade Besser and Stetcher to LA for a first-round pick. Not sure you're going to get a first... would you get a first-rounder for Besser and Stetcher? Maybe, I guess. But LA... Yeah, LA's got a lot of assets. They got a good young team. Dexter, my guess is that your guess is Irfan Gafar. Not a bad guess. You'll see if you're right in a few minutes. Rome, hey Clay, did you ever award the Skip the Dishes gift card? Yes, I did award the Skip the Dishes gift card to the person who won it. But what I haven't done yet is my haiku contest. I still got to award a Team Store gift card. But yes, I did award the Skip the Dishes way back when I did that. Rome, that's kind of random. Did you just remember that video for some reason? Nahal, Clay, did you get the Canucks mask from Van Base? They're really comfortable. I paid for 2 and got another 2 free because they kept messing up my order. Oh, interesting. No, Nahal, I did not buy the Vancouver Canucks mask, but I'm glad to hear they're comfortable. And Nahal says, Farwin, I hope we never trade Besser. Crazy cool. What month is Sean's birthday? August. TJ, do you believe Puck Colson could be a key player for us? Absolutely, yes. Maybe not a first line winger, but a second line for sure. So yes, that to me, that's a key player. Alfred, can you try listing the Canadian NHL teams in order of who you think is much closer to win the Stanley Cup? Much closer to win the Stanley Cup, and I guess best chance to win the Stanley Cup kind of means the same thing. I know that Burke went Toronto, Edmonton, Vancouver, but I can't ignore what Vancouver did this year I like Edmonton, but I like their two players, but you need a lot more than that. So winning the cup, I'm going to go Vancouver, Toronto, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Calgary, Montreal, Ottawa. Vancouver, Toronto, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Calgary, Montreal, Ottawa. Costas. At the end of the year with Podkolzin, Miller, Pedersen, Besser, Horvat, Pearson, Tavola, Nemestikov, Halla, Podkolzin. I think you have Podkolzin twice. Mott, Beagle, Levo, Clifford, Hughes, Tanev, Edler, Gustafson, Rathbone, DeMello, Demko, and Talbot. Yes. Good job, Costas. Dexter, it's Adrienne, not Adrian, guessing she's a girl. I will let him or her say. Thanks, Dexter. Rios Clay, which team do you think can come back from a 3-1 deficit? If I had to pick one of these two teams, I'd pick Vegas just because I think Tampa is too strong for the Islanders. Sonny, why isn't hockey popular as basketball, baseball, football in the States, that is? Do you think hockey deserves more popularity? Does it make you mad? No, it doesn't make me mad. Hockey reigns supreme in Canada. It just, it's a very niche sport still, right? So there's a huge pockets in states where there are no hockey teams, and there are weird places too, like Florida, although Tampa's doing very well. And there's not a lot of betting in it. That's a huge thing especially for basketball and football. And so, and just the history of sports, no good TV deal isn't that massive in the States. So a lot of those reasons why. Alfred says Vancouver, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Calgary, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa. Okay, so exact same order for me, except I have Toronto at 2 and you have Toronto at 6, but everyone else is in the exact same order. Nux, did you see Brian Burke ranking the Canadian teams based off this season? And he ranked Vancouver 3rd, Edmonton 2, Toronto 1st. Yes, I did see that. Nux actually tweeted out as much yesterday. Edmund, what do you think will happen first? PD getting over 100 or Besser getting 40 goals? I think PD getting over 100. I think both are kind of unrealistic. I think PD can get 85, 90. I'm not sure if he'll be a 100-point guy, maybe, but I think that would happen before Besser gets 40. Crazy cool. Jacob in September and September 30. Your birthday is September 30. Very cool. Dexter, Barry for 1 year would be nice. Yeah, but how much would we have to pay? Costas, we can't have Myers and Barry on the same side. We have two right wingers playing defense. That's pretty funny. Dexter, you can get driving lessons before you're 16. No, you can't. But Jacob's already 16, turning 17. That's why. Or you're talking about me or oh, I see what you're saying. You're asking Dexter, you're asking for tips before you get your even learners. Yes, you can't get driver's license. The learners, that's a verbal test, obviously. I mean, a written test, right? So you got to study the book. And then between the L and the N, then you load up on lessons for sure. Crazy Cool says, hi, hello, Sonny. What do you think the ceiling is for Pedersen and Hughes points? Pedersen, 90 to 95. I'd love him to break 100, but even 90 to 95, we've got to be happy. Hughes, 65 or 70. He can be one of those crazy offensive defensemen for sure. Sebastian, for Tannen, for Domi, yay or nay? Also, is the earth flat? I don't really know. Earth is round. For Tannen, for Domi, I don't think Montreal does that trade. So yay for us. Costas Gustafson can also play the right side. Ah, very good, very good. Crazy Cool says, you need a haircut. Why, thank you for that advice. Yes, I will be getting a haircut later this week, but thank you. Crazy Cool is very... That's just funny. Sonny, who's better, Horvat or Besser? I think Horvat's a more all-around player because of leadership. I think Besser has more skill. So does that make sense? So they're both good, but I'd agree with Dexter, says Horvat. Costas, what if we don't bring Tannen back and have Hughes, Brody, Edler, Gustas, and Rathbone, DeMello, or Myers if we don't trade them? Yeah, that's possible too. Crazy Cool says hi to Gail for me. I will, Crazy. You have to remind me who you are, because I'm not just going to walk up to her and say, Crazy Cool says hi. So Crazy, let me know who you are. And if you told me already, I apologize for forgetting. Paul, Vegas is done. Islanders are done. Lightning winning it this year. I do not disagree. Fireman, Clay, do you have a guest coming on in the show? I came in late, so I'm not sure, man. Imagine Tyson Berry and Hughes on the power play. Yeah. No guests coming on the show. If you mean one of my kids, no, they are. It's tougher now that they have school starting, especially. It's weird. I just got 10,000 steps on my Fitbit, but I've been sitting here for the last half an hour. So maybe it's because I move my arms so much. Interesting. But no guest coming on for one. Dexter, have you been keeping up with the Podkolzin updates by Chris Faber? If so, what are your thoughts on his play and his ice time? I see Faber's tweets for sure. I haven't followed up on his ice time, but I presume it's a good thing, Dexter, and I presume that he's playing a lot better than last season. So I can't wait till he comes here when his contract ends. Crazy cool. What has happened? Canucks stand by. What is happened? Canucks Stanley Cup win. Crazy. You're gonna have to rephrase that. I'm not sure what that means. Although you nailed the Rios. I remember Green used to pull out the PD Besser Horvat line when they couldn't get things going or when they were losing, but now we have Miller, Toffoli, Pearson. Yes, that's a great point actually, Rios. That's a really good point. Last season, for an offensive zone face-off, he would put that line together. Farwin. Why would Benning sign Demko if they have to give up one of their goalies in the expansion draft next year? Markey won't sign unless he gets a no movement, which would expose Demko. No thanks. Thoughts? Well, the Canucks could go after Markey and say, we're not going to give you a no movement clause. They could do that. They could also, remember, they don't have to sign Demko. Demko's under contract for another year in his contract. So what they could do is have both goalies and then trade one of them at the trade deadline before the expansion draft comes. Oh, okay. As far as that sign Markstrom, yes. Kostin only wants 3.5 for 5. That's what intrigues me. He had 60 points last year. He had 60 points last year? Yes. Last season, not this season. Yeah, he really tore it up when he was with Chicago, and I've liked him since then. I'm not sure what happened to him last year, though, or this season. Will G, Vancouver, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, Ottawa. I like that. Winnipeg's my second favorite team behind the Canucks. Fillmore, I'm perfectly fine with hockey not popular to the big three sports leagues. Okay, so Fillmore's okay with that. Crazy Cool says yes. Hot Take Hockey says hi, Clay. Hello, Hot Take. Hello, John. Hope you're well. And thanks again for helping me, for bringing all those people over in past streams. Glad to see you, John. Thank you. Dexter, how can I prepare for my driver's license before I'm 16? Then you just got to study and you can practice, pushing yourself in a chair around your living room, I guess. That's what I meant. But you got to study and get your L first. The L test is a verbal test. Not a verbal, but I meant written. I better start studying. My birthday is February 13th. Oh, you got a lot of time. Fillmore, I chose hockey over other sports. I choose. Very good. I do too. Sunny, I think your haircut looks fine. Yeah, thank you. It is a little long, and I know it's long because you can start to see my white hair in the middle here, and you can see that my hair is thinning here, but not here. But yes, I will be cutting it later this week because I have to record a music video on Thursday. But thank you, Sunny. Dexter, Crazy Cool is very direct and honest, not scared to speak their mind. Indeed. Thoughts on Chatfield? He's okay, Sebastian, but I don't think he's going to ever crack the team as a proper top 6. I think he's just going to be a depth guy, like a call-up guy from Utica. Crazy Cool from Life Teen, very cool. That still doesn't tell me who you are, but obviously you're a lot younger than I am. Sebastian, how old is the Earth? Well, pretty old. Costas, Vancouver, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Toronto, Calgary, Montreal, Ottawa. Most chance to win Cup first year Canada. Yeah, Vancouver, Winnipeg. So another one that says that. That's cool. Crazy Cool. I went to Life Teen. Okay, that's good. Life Teen is our youth ministry for anyone who wants to know at my church. Harold, what's up, Clay? Back to school for this homie. Who do you see the next drafting? I believe there could be some big defensemen available later in the draft. Yeah, right now they don't have a pick until their 3rd round, and I don't even know a lot of prospects in the 1st round, let alone the 3rd round. So tough for me to say, but if they go by need, yeah, they got to shore up their D, although they have guys like Ulevi, Rafferty, Rathbone coming up, Jet Wu. Rios, John, what happened to my trade? Not sure what you guys are talking about. Dexter, Crazy Cool and Nuts and Bolts would get along so well. They both say the most random things. Remember to me, Crazy Cool, you got to give me more hints than saying you came to our youth ministry. Dexter, Podkolzin's ice time has been terrible. Under 10 minutes most games. I didn't know that, Dexter. Thank you. Sunny, do you think Hoglander will be better than Gaudette and Levo? Yes, I do. I think Hoglander can be a bona fide second-line player, which would be higher than Gaudette and Levo. Fillmore, I hope the Canucks maintain drafting good players when they become a better team. That's the hope. That's how you get better fast because you don't have to pay a lot of money to entry-level guys. Crazy says, what doing your 50th birthday? Well, that's 4 years from now, so I won't worry about that just yet. But thank you for asking. Sunny, what do you think Canucks can get out of Markey if they trade him in the deadline? Same goes to Demko. Gosh, for Markstrom, you could get roster player and a prospect. Imagine if the Canucks are somehow out of a playoff position and they trade him to a team in the playoffs. Then you could you could go after a pick and prospect for sure. Maybe a roster player and a pick and a roster player and a prospect, or maybe a roster player, draft pick and a prospect. Tough to say. Demko, depending on what he does this year, I don't think you're going to get more than a draft pick back from him just because he's not proven yet. Rios, Podkolzin has 2 points in 5 games. Okay, not bad. Rob says, high hot take. Farwin, if we signed Markstrom and traded him, we would get nothing for him because other teams would know we need to get rid of him. I guess something is better than nothing. Yeah, it's all about asset management for sure. Plasma, Canucks got $20 million in cap space now. I know it's 17 or 18 million. I didn't know it's up to 20 now. Crazy cool. What time you go to St. Paul's? Not sure what that means, but I was there today at 10, if that's what you're asking. Dexter, Podkolzin is producing very well with the ice time he's getting on the 4th line. Sunny says Clay has nice teeth. Yeah, they're okay. No cavities. Relatively white because I do brush all the time. And this tooth is fake though. This is kind of gross, but I'll show you up close. See this tooth? That one is fake. I was riding my bike back in elementary school. I had my tennis racket in my hand, on my handles, near my handlebars. My buddy called me from behind. I turned around, and in doing so, the tennis racket handle went into the spokes of my front tire. My front tire stops because of the tennis racket handle. And then I do this. I fall over and I go over all the way, land on my face, cut up my face, and knock this tooth out halfway. So this tooth is half fake. That's the original root, and they built onto it. Wow. I can't believe I just spent a minute talking to you about my fake tooth, I should say. But thanks for the compliment, Sonny. You've complimented my teeth and I'm not sure you complimented my hair. I think that was someone else. And you complimented my setup. So thank you, Sonny. Very nice of you. Reaction. The Fitbit thing happened to me a couple days ago. I had walked only 50 steps to get to my van. When I got to my destination, my Fitbit was at 11,000 steps. It was a good confidence booster though. Yeah, Reaction Club. I noticed that definitely when I play ping pong, this thing go crazy. Obviously, tennis is actual sports. Bowling, I get steps. But I do get steps also playing the piano, which is kind of cheating because, this motion, it's the wrist movement and it thinks that you're walking. So that's another way to cheat. Not that I cheat, but I do like to get my 10,000 steps, as you guys know, but because I bring it up on the stream all the time, but now I don't have to. I got my 10,000 already. Sebastian, Juolevi, top 4 next season? No, not top 4, because remember, there's already Hughes and Edler on the left side. Juolevi's the left side defenseman, but I think he's going to battle Rathbone for a bottom 6, the third pairing left side D-man. Farwin, Benning be the type of GM to sign Markey to 12 by 12 with a no movement. Sorry for the sarcasm, but I just can't trust Benning. I mean, he fired Judd Brackett, who's the real genius behind our rebuild. Farwin, I give Benning a lot of credit. I did that in my vlog today. He was voted 6th overall in GM of the year. He's made the trades for Miller, Toffoli, Pearson, and Levo have all brought in. Those 4 guys are all top 9 players, top 9 forwards. Also, I like the way he got Horvat and Besser under $6 million, and I like his drafting. Obviously, things I don't like is Sutter, Beagle, Roussel, and their contracts, and Erickson, of course. Hot take, I'm going back to sleep, but hope you have a good night. Good night, everyone in the chat. Thank you, John, for being here. You're probably gone already, but thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Farwin, rebuild, yes. Reaction, do you watch any other sports as well? I watch NHL, NBA, and MLB. Yeah, from a pro sports perspective, I watch the NBA, CFL, and NFL. I don't watch a lot of the baseball or soccer. Sebastian, you don't look a day over 30, Clay. Why, thank you, Sebastian. Asians generally, not all of them, but generally they age well. Some people say I act like I'm 16 as opposed to 46, but yes, I am 46 years old, but thank you. Reaction says, good night, John. Dexter, if Coleman and Goudreau can get first-round picks, imagine what Markstrom can get. Great point. Yeah, so first round plus more. Good. Now, Clay, what time do you usually sleep? Good question. These days, I'm usually up in my bed by 12 and reading stuff, listening to podcasts, whatever, praying until about 12:30 or 1. Then I'm up between 7 and 7:30. So I hopefully asleep by 1. I'm up by 7:30 at the latest. When I was younger, I could do the 2 to 6 or to 3 to 7. I could do only 4 hours, but that was crazy. You can't do that now. Patrick, hello, Patrick. Out of Rafferty, Rathbone, Woo, Levy, how many will become a top 4 D-man? I think of those guys, Rathbone could be a top 4, even though Juolevi was drafted way higher. I think Juolevi and Rafferty and Woo are all bottom pairing D-men. Crazy cool. What you Van City T-shirt? Yes, yes, Van City. Yes, Van City. Sonny, this is the right time for the Canucks to start a rebuild. Sonny, wouldn't you say that the rebuild has already happened? I'd say so. Dexter, crazy cool. Well, Dexter, let's not be like that. You never know if that's not the first language or having trouble typing. Reaction, Dexter, the L test is written, not verbal. Yeah, reaction, I was the one who said it was verbal. That was my bad. Yes, it's written. Dexter, thanks, reaction. Where can I study for the test? Would appreciate answers from you and Clay. Well, I haven't written the thing in 30 years. So anyone who's closer to Dexter's age, let him know. But I'm sure you can look stuff up. And you got to go get a manual, I think, from the motor vehicle branch. That's what you're supposed to study. TFK Louis, Brock making 5.875 at 23. Should Toffoli make at least that much at 28? You know, I've talked about this before. Good question, Louis. I don't want to pay Toffoli that much, especially with too much term, because he's already 28. I don't want him to have a good 1, 2, 3 seasons, but then be breaking down in his 4th or 5th season. So I don't think he's going to make 5.9. I would love to get him at 5, but will he take 5? But it is also a flat cap environment. But I don't think Toffoli's going to make 5.9. I really don't. CD and Choo Choo. That didn't sound right. Canadian Choo Choo. Hey Clay, do you still play tennis? And did you catch any of the U.S. Open finals this weekend? Yes, played tennis. I played with my son Sean earlier this week. Good memory, thank you. And did I catch any of the finals? No, I didn't. I just know that Osaka won the women's. I don't even know who won the men's. Nahal, I went to school and everyone kept telling me that the Canucks have to rebuild again. Yeah. Nahal, they don't know as much as you do. Fangirl, I went to church for the first time in 5.5 months. Needless to say, it was weird being back there as I was watching online prior to last night. No, that's great that you got to go HSM Fangirl. Yeah, watching online is not the same. Patrick, you can take a practice test for the L on the ICBC website. Very good. Thanks, Patrick, for that. Sonny, will Ulevi ever hit 40 points as a defenseman? 40 points is a lot for a D-man. I don't think that's in his DNA, but maybe he'll get 25 or 30 points, and that's just fine. But I don't think he'll hit 40. Crazy Cole, can you say hi to daughter? Yes, I'll say hi to Kayla later. Dexter, thanks, Patrick. Sonny, can everybody tell me their address and when they leave their house, please, and thank you. Sonny, that was a reference. Someone else, someone left their address, right? Up top. I can't remember who it was now. It was like near the start. I won't say who it is. I actually scrolled up to see who it is, but now I probably won't be able to find it. But yeah, that was weird. I think when someone did. All right, let's keep on going. Adrienne sub to Nordic 97. That's awesome. Good. That's good. We got to help each other out. Sebastian, do you like to eat fish? Yes, I do. I love to eat sushi. What's your favorite kind? Salmon sashimi. And I don't know how much fish Elias Pettersson eats every day. Reaction Club. Dexter, you can study for the L test by getting the book from ICBC. That's what I was thinking as well. Dexter says, thanks. Nahal says, Sonny, that's creepy. Klaus says, Clay, can you make a video where you would make your Canucks team next year on cap friendly? Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, I might poke around on that a little bit. That's a good idea, Klaus. You should make a video on yours because your team's pretty good. I should just steal yours, actually. I mean, not steal, I mean borrow. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Alfred says, Dexter, you can download the ICBC app and read their online manual there. That makes sense. Costas says, good night, Clay. Have a good night. Great stream as always. Thank you, Costas, and thank you for the great lineup suggestions. Those were good. Dexter, thanks, Alfred, by the way. Dexter says, by the way, my family and I are doing well. That's awesome. That's awesome that everyone's asking about each other's family. That was pretty funny. Rob, it is online for the practice test. I think ICBC. I'm glad how everyone's helping each other out. That's great. Sonny, hey, Clay. Would you leave your job to be a hockey commentator or anything related to the Canucks, even cleaning their dirty socks after a game? As much as I love the Canucks, no, I don't think I'll be their laundry guy. Would I leave my job to be a hockey commentator? Honestly, if the pay is right. And, I don't need it for the ego. I already talk a lot. I know that I could do a good job. I'm pretty confident, as I've talked about before. My job is not, my aspiration is not to get a job in media or to get a job as a commentator or a broadcaster, be on the radio, be on TV. I actually like the freedom. I like what I'm doing right now. But I think I could do it, truly. But would I ever leave my job to do it? We'll see. I don't know if they'd bring a 46-year-old man, though. I think they'd want to trend a little younger, but thank you for that, Sonny. Will, the real cap crunch is next year when we have to sign Pedersen and Hughes, who want a lot more money than their entry. Absolutely, but a lot of contracts come off the books at that time as well. Max says, Smoky Vancouver Reaction Club. I agree with the people who say Clay doesn't look older than 30. He looks like the type of person to go around his car. You guys are pretty funny tonight. Listening to Snoop Dogg and picking up girls. Well, I know a few Snoop Dogg songs. Not my favorite artist ever. I don't know what it's like to pick up a girl unless I'm like picking up my daughter to take her somewhere or from school. Because Gail and I have been dating since I was 15 and she was 14. So I haven't known what it's like to attract a girl in 31 years. That's not to say that girls haven't liked me. I'm just kidding. I don't know if girls have liked me in the past 31 years, aside from my wife. But that was pretty funny reaction. Thank you. You guys are making me laugh tonight. As long as it's clean. Alfred, will we see Levy back in the lineup in that coming season? I do think so. I do think he got some confidence playing in the postseason, at least practicing with the team as well. Dexter said Sonny left his, if that is actually his. Louis, time won the U.S. Open, just FYI, what are we? Yes. And I watched his semifinal match against the Russian guy. That was good. Farman, hey, Crazy Cool, keep speaking, practicing, typing English, bro. You'll get better day by day, and you're doing an awesome job. I'm not convinced Crazy Cool is a guy. I'm just not sure because it could be a guy or a girl who came to our youth ministry. Nahal, I'm pretty sure it's a fake address. Maxwell, did you hear about the big fire? If it's the one in New West, yes. Some people were talking about it, Maxwell, on the pier, yes. Crazy Cool, what like BC Lions game, Vancouver Warriors? Lions games are fun. Warriors I haven't been to yet. Rios, I just did the knowledge test. I got 92%. Well, that's pretty good, Rios. How old are you again, Rios? You have your license already, right? You're not the one. Dexter's the one who's going in February, not you. And Crazy Cool, yeah. BC Lions game, I go to 2 or 3 games a year, maybe 1 or 2 now. And then Vancouver Warriors, I haven't been yet. And I'm not sure how their season's going to go, if at all. I'm worried about them, admittedly. Crazy. What, you work downtown? If you're asking me, no, I used to work downtown, but now I work, our building is at Oak and 33rd, basically, the Catholic Archdiocese building. Oliver, do you think Podkolzin will join late this upcoming season? Yeah, his contract ends this year, and if his team doesn't make the playoffs or gets booted out early, he could join the Canucks, especially if they're in a playoff hunt and or our season gets delayed by a little bit. Yeah, he could join at the end of this season. Rios, I think those questions don't come up. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Rios. I can't remember now what we were talking about. Crazy Cool, do you Eve glassing? Don't know what that means. I try and decipher some of your questions, but that one, that's tough. Sonny, if John Shorthouse can do, Clay can do it. I think John Shorthouse is very good, but thank you. Dexter, was Gail a grade younger than you, or was she in the same grade as you? She is a year younger than me. Yes, so when we met, I was in grade 10, and she was in grade 9. Student council president, this guy right here. Sonny, how would you react if you found out the NHL changed Vancouver to Burnaby like they did with Phoenix to Arizona, or changed the whole name like they did with the Thrashers? Oh, I'd be surprised, obviously, and upset, but I don't think we have anything to worry about. Remember, Phoenix to Arizona is city to state, where Vancouver Burnaby is city to city. That's the equivalent of actually the British Columbia Canucks, which would be a little weird. Maxwell, 2020 is like a puppy. It never slows down. Okay, that's an interesting analogy. Rios, I don't need an L. I'm 16. Cool. Kyle, what do you do for work, Clay? Kyle, I work for the Catholic Archdiocese. I'm one of 3 directors of an office called the Ministries and Outreach Office. We help churches do their teaching, their training, their leading, their discipleship. We basically help churches in their leadership so they can lead people in their own churches. And but I have a lot of experience in youth and young adult ministry. So working for the Catholic Church. Sunny, new NBA team. Vancouver should be the Vancouver Millionaires. Yeah, if we got an NBA team, which I doubt. Farwin, Burnaby Canucks. Can you imagine the traffic to the games? Crazy game Oreo lick race. Okay. Oliver, what do you think of trading Britannia and Sutter for Domi in a crazy world and reuniting him with Bo? Bo and Domi would be great, but I don't think Montreal makes that trade. Far in the games. Yes, traffic to the games. Signer Heat, Virtanen for Eriksson Ek. I'd take that. I don't know if Minnesota would do that, but yeah, that'd be interesting. Dexter, maybe I'll follow in your footsteps and start dating in grade 9 this year. Not a great selection though. No rush, Dexter. No rush at all. Rios, I meant to say I need an L still. Oh, you need an L still. No problem. Edmund, did you catch any NFL games today? No, Edmund, I was studying a bit today and doing some family stuff, but I definitely know the scores. And I definitely know that my fantasy football team did okay, surprisingly. So yeah, but I know the winners for sure. Will, who else is from North Van? Not sure. And Oreo licorice would be fun. Maybe speak for yourself, Dexter. Rob, I was born in North Van in 1970. Nice. Farwell in Vancouver has most amount of millionaires in Canada, so technically we could use the vintage name Vancouver Millionaires. Indeed. Why do you think? Yes. Fillmore, I'll refrain from comment. Where did you live growing up? I lived in Beecham, then I moved to Broadmoor, then to California. Very close to me. Basically I was grew up on Moresby, right off of one road between Blundell and Granville on the same street as Colchini Elementary School. So that's where I grew up. Sunny, about to go to sleep, got school tomorrow, and thanks everybody for asking how my family's doing. Sunny, hang on for 1 minute because I'm going to talk about who I have on my Zoom chats right now. So Sunny, hang on for a minute. Edmund, in your opinion, who have a better season, Tom Brady or the Patriots? Yeah, Brady, they didn't do so well today, right? So Patriots won and Tampa lost. Is that right? I don't know. I think there's enough good players on Tampa Bay where they'll figure it out. Okay. And the last question, Maxwell says, do you think 2021 will be the Canucks season to win? No, I think they'll do well, but I think they're still 3 or 4 seasons away. All right, here we go, guys. We'll end it here. So this is where I won't answer any more questions. You can type your goodbyes, your salutations. Just make sure it's clean, of course. And I do read it before I log off. Okay, so today I interviewed Harman Dial of The Athletic, also known as Boy Genius. I've already edited that video, and that will come out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So again, Harman Dial of The Athletic, and many of you know his stuff. He's 20 years old. The guy is super, super smart. So that is Boy Genius. That is tomorrow morning. And then I'm interviewing another Boy Genius, similar age, David Quadrelli, of the managing editor of Canucks Army and co-podcaster with Chris Faber of the Canucks Conversation. I'm interviewing him tomorrow, and that will come out on Wednesday. So I'm really excited. I'm calling it my week of Boy Geniuses, basically. So there's Boy Genius, and there's Man Genius right here. But yes, Harman Dial and David Quadrelli, super excited. I can tell you guys are super excited. That I can see it in the comments, which is awesome. And it made sense. Edmund, I thank you. You're one of the ones who've been asking me or encouraged me to keep the Zoom chats going. And I do like a chance for people to bring, to learn a bit more about these people, away from the mic or away from the blog, so to speak, away from the internet. And of course, so for Harman in particular, I talked for 20 minutes with him about his background and his career aspirations. And then we did 20 minutes on the Canucks situation with their UFAs, RFAs, so on and so forth. I think it's a really, really good chat, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. So again, Harman Dial tomorrow morning, David Quadrelli on Wednesday morning. Boy Genius, Man Genius. Thank you guys for watching tonight. No matter where you're watching from, no matter what you could be doing, know that I do not take you for granted. I appreciate you very much. So before you go, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you to all you new watchers today, new visitors, new viewers. And like this video if you haven't liked it already. And you guys know I appreciate you very much. I won't be doing a topical vlog tomorrow because it's already in the can. It's Harman Dial. I know you guys will appreciate it and give it some love on YouTube and on Twitter tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Stay healthy. God bless. And go Canucks go.